Don't know why jukeboxes stopped working in the latest update. Alright, let me go ahead and share this link with the server real quick. This won't take too long. Here we go. Alright, here we go. It is time for us to do the next stream here for Drone Wars, and we've got a couple interesting things going on here, so let's go ahead and jump in and see what's happening for this week. So from what I understand, there's going to be quite a few interesting things. Let me go ahead and open up Illustrator here. I'm going to go and exit this here. While that's going on, I'm going to go and open up Illustrator and switch it up here. There we go. This is what the system currently looks like. You can see there's definitely some different territories around here that are moving around. Lots of stuff. And of course the Guardians have been defeated, which means that people can start to travel to new areas. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's look at what actions are happening this week. So I've already shuffled what order the factions are going in, and we're going to start with SBR up here. So they are going to begin by doing some more research. So I gotta do some more research into swarm missiles up here. So that's gone to level 2, which means they're unlocked to this. And we're gonna bring this up here. There we go. What else are they doing? They're making a simple level 1 shipyard, okay. Let's go and grab this. Where are they building that? Here. Okay, not bad. Let's go and just yoink their color here. So over here, there we go. That's gonna cost them 1 operation, so I'll go and take that. And now they are gonna go ahead and look into some other technologies. Mainly just dipping their toes around the place. It says here they want to go to reactor nanos, but they're not researching anything there, they just get into it. Let's see. So reactor is level 1. Doesn't really give them anything. And they wanted... What was the other thing they wanted? Atmospheric thrusters, level 1. So yeah, that doesn't really give them any thrusters there. Slow and steady research, nothing all too crazy this week. Okay, and that seems to be it for this faction. Nothing too crazy. Now, KLC. That is going to be this faction down here. How's it going, little? Alright. What is KLC going to be up to this week? They're going to be doing a lot of upgrades, it looks like. Let's go over here and let's see what they're doing. So they're going to be using a lot of research. Let's see, hydrogen production up to level 10. I'm gonna lower this. Let me check something real quick. Okay, so yeah, they're researching hydrogen production a bit. They're upgrading reactors, quite a bit actually. They want to upgrade reactors up to level 22, which is quite a bit. Will that give them anything? Well, we're gonna find out here. They managed to get the small vanilla reactor and the enhanced small reactor. Okay, so they did manage to get some reactors. That's gonna definitely help them quite a bit, actually. They're also gonna be researching power storage, so batteries up to level 22 as well. Just going to see what that gives them. So at level 22, they've unlocked the enhanced battery. And they see the next level will give them prototech and proficient batteries. Also, because they did the research, the research to unlock stuff here. Hold on. Hydrogen production for level 10, I think it was. I'll go and throw this into the Discord real quick. And reactors level 20. So let me go find that. There we go. Okay, so they've got power storage up to that level. What else? They wanted to research explosive cannons. So we're going up the tech tree. Let's go find out where that is. I believe that is here. No one's really gone this route, so we're gonna actually see what's here. I think you might be the only one in chat currently. That's alright. Okay, so with explosive cans up to level 10, we're gonna move this up. They've got quite a few options here. So they've got all of these weapons. They've got the Lehman Rust, a 100mm single, a 90mm, and the 152mm right here. So pretty good options for starting explosive cannons. And I'm going to go ahead and get the research breakthrough since I got that as well. There we go. What else are they researching here? They want to research autocannons as well, up to level 10. Where is it? No one's actually gone to do the explosive autocannons route, so it's interesting that they're actually going to do it here. So explosive autocannons, and I'm moving that up to level 10. Let's see anything. Nope, nothing. But because they got level 10, that means that goes up again. You can see their next level is there. Okay, let's go ahead and get the research breakthrough for that. Alright, let's go ahead and just throw that over there. And there's a lot of interesting things that are going on here with this faction already. And we've got hydrogen storage being researched as well. Not a lot, but it's something. Doesn't give them anything yet. But at least they have hydrogen storage a little bit in there, so they can upgrade that easier later. They want to research atmospheric thrusters to level 15. That's quite the achievement there. So let's see here. They're going past the breakthrough. Level 15 is quite a bit. Alright, what else are they researching up here? Oh boy, and they're researching Gatling guns even further. The Gatling guns, where are they at? They're researching this like crazy. So Gatling guns, they're bringing it to level 25. So let's see what's over there. So I'm gonna drag this up here. There's a whole lot of weapons they have at their disposal here. Level 25, and then they'll be able to see what is at the next level, which is there. That is a lot of different weapons. I mean, the strongest weapons they can get are right there, which are quite a few. I mean, they have almost everything here. That is a lot. And that is a massive development. Let me go and get the breakthrough that they unlocked. So it'll be this one. Yeah, that is a massive upgrade. Let me check something. See, they got atmospheric still 15, which means not only can they see level 15, but they can see what's at the next level, right? Yeah. So right there. Okay, and there's that. Okay, that was a lot of research. A whole lot of things have just been uncovered on the tree. And you can see Gatling guns are currently the most researched item on the list here. And there's a lot of really powerful ones that have unlocked. So that's gonna be wild. Oof. Alright, now we're going back to the map over here. Now what they're doing is they're gonna build their own gateway. over here. And they're building it all the way in this corner. Not everyone is just building their own gateway. They just want to leave, go to a completely new area. Anyways, they're building that, which costs a whole lot of operations, but they have it now. Then they're gonna go ahead and build a ship here. And they're gonna have it move over there. That is a lot. There we go. So now that is all tracked on the roster, which is fine. I think that's everything that KLC was doing, so that's a lot. They've definitely become significantly more powerful already. Now we're gonna go down to UASA down here and see what they're doing. So first order of business, they are getting this and they're moving it down here. Now since they've arrived, they can't use it just about yet. So next turn, they'll go ahead and use it. But at least now their fleet is there and ready to use it. Now their other fleet here is going to E8 here, which means they will capture this shipyard if that faction doesn't do anything. Let's go ahead and mark that they've moved here. I want to build something here. Okay, let me go ahead and mark this. All right. So yeah, they wanted to build that. Start removing those. Okay, there's a lot of fleets being built over here. Okay, so they have that. And they're moving this straight over here. There's gonna be another battle over there. And then of course they're doing some more stuff here. Um, they're upgrading their planet a bit. Okay, so now I've got some upgrades done. They're gonna be doing some research. So let's look at that research tree and see what they're doing. So of course, more high-level batteries. It's funny because I can see them trying to edit their stuff in real time. Oh boy. So let's see. They're gonna be going up the tree that way. So yeah, they're gonna be getting superheated material. Just going up there. Getting the level 1 flamethrowers. just to get past there. Going up to explosives so they can actually start getting other things from up there, and explosive cannons up to a decent level. Alright, so they're taking this, but they're taking it higher. They're taking it all the way up here. You can see they're unlocking just a lot of things. So they went up to level 20, which means they have access to all of this stuff. Let's move this up. Yeah, that is a lot. And go and get the research breakthrough that they did. There we go. So you can see it's almost up to the same level as Gatling guns. This one is a long way to go, but it's getting close. Definitely makes it one of the more researched items there, as people are definitely going to go for more of the cannons. That is interesting to see. Alright, let's see. Is there anything else that they're doing? No, that's about it. They do have some battles that are going to be happening on the map here, as they are going to be trying to take this, and they're going to be trying to take this as well. But before we do that, let's actually look at what the other factions are doing, just so we can see if the other faction does anything in response. But first, we're going to look at FNS over here. So they're taking their task force Quantum here, and they're going to be taking it through the jump gate down here. And that's going to take them down to this system here, the Zentanir system, which is an interesting system. We're going to go ahead and grab this, make one right here, and because they jump through the gate, they will end up all the way over here. So completely new region that's been found. I'll go ahead and unlock that region in the Discord as well. So that's going to be the Ironclad Nebula. All right. That's a completely new area of space. What are they doing here? I mean, they're doing quite a bit with their faction here. That's a whole lot of trading. Yep, a whole lot of commodity trading going on over there. Now we're going to be making another fleet here. So let me grab this. They're building that here. There we go. So I've made a new fleet they're going to call Task Force Solstice, which is going to be pretty neat. It's gonna take me a little bit. It takes a little bit to do this because there's just a lot of ships here. And from here, there we go. So that's been properly updated. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, now that I've actually set up that fleet properly, we're now going to go ahead and move it around. And they want to move it to this way. Up to here. And Fleet 3 is moving up here. And Fleet 1 here is going to be moving to here. So it's going to be an interesting battle here between these two fleets. Yo, welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm going to go and mark where these new fleets have traveled off to, which will take just a moment. So Fleet 1 has moved over to E9. Fleet 3 has moved over to E8. And their new fleet, Solstice, has moved to F8, it looks like. There we go. So everything is there, and it's going to be a battle here and a battle here, which is going to be interesting. We'll definitely take a look at those soon. And actually, while I'm doing that, I'm going to go and load up the world here. Let's go ahead and grab this one and open it. So while that's going on in the background, let's go ahead and observe what's happening here. Should be for FNS. Now SYC is going to be doing quite a few things. They've got a lot of stuff here. So first, let's go and take a look at what they're doing. They wanted to research armor. You wanted to get that up to level 12, I think. So I'll give them heavy armor and blast doors, I guess. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to go ahead and start building another fleet here. It's going to be Fleet 5, I think, for them at least, unless they give it a name. There we go, so that should be properly set up. Oh, and they're splitting this into different fleets. Okay, I see what they're doing. So this one's going to where? Moving 1, 2, 3 to here. Okay, so now that this fleet is here, that means I'll actually be taking this territory here. So I'll be taking this planet called Paizo, the 9K system. Probably not a good thing for those newer factions that are over here. What else are they doing? They get another one, and they're moving it over to I2. So 1, 2, 3, about here. So they're going to be taking Duja. That means this territory here is going to expand a bit. You go ahead and mark that. Cool. Alright, and what else are we doing? They're going to grab another one of their ships from that fleet and split it. And they're going to be going to where? I think going over here, so it's going to be like just 2 to here. And the rest of this fleet is going to apparently I4. Let's see if they can make it over there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're barely making it. They're going to be taking Thera right here. So yeah, their territory is expanding quite a bit here. So they're taking Ariel and Thera. That's quite a few planets. 4 planets on one turn. That's quite a bit. There we go. So now that I've taken all that, now they're going to be doing some research. They wanted to do some very specific research. They wanted to go ahead and go to energy shields over here. They wanted to research everything going to energy shields, just quite a few things. Let's even see where they're at in terms of research. They're at capacitors, which means they're going to have to go to energy weapons. They're going to need lightning guns, and then they could go to energy shields, and they wanted to level that up to level 9. So it doesn't quite get them up to a high enough level to actually get anything. Let's go figure out where energy shields was at. Yeah, it's here, so they haven't really gone anything there. But they did want to research some other things. They wanted to research ion thrusters up to level 6. So that gives them some slightly better thrusters to work with. And they wanted to research reactors up to a high enough level, to level 19, so they're not getting any reactors this week. But at least they're close. And that should be it for their faction. It's interesting. We're going to get to the actual Space Engineers battles soon. We're just doing all the technical side of things, seeing what everyone's doing. Alright, we got FRM here. FRM is located down in this corner. Oh, they've got a lot they wanted to do. Okay, so first things first. That is a lot. Alright, how do I even get started with this? Oh, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just start by getting this here. And this is actually here, a Titan. I'll grab all these and they're all named individually. Missed one. There we go. So now we have all of these and they're all here at this one shipyard. That is a lot of fleets. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the technical side of things here. Yeah, it's just a continuation of the Martian War here. Which this is going to be kind of chaotic, seeing how much movement there is here. Okay, all the technical stuff is almost done. Okay, so that's a lot of fleets that were just built. And now they're gonna be trying to move them all from here. Okay, I'm gonna try to find all these. Okay, so this one here is immediately moving to here. This one is going to the one next to it there. This one is going here. And this one's going here. They're just trying to take over the whole planet at once here. And all these other ones are just stacked here as individual fleets, which is kind of ridiculous. So with a battle here, I'm probably going to clump these all together instead of doing individual fights. That's a lot. Let me go and mark where those have gone. So fleet 11 has gone to H3. This one's gone to H4. 13 has gone to I3, and this one's gone to I4. There we go. What's next? I think they did a typo. I think they've meant Fleet 3 rather than... Yeah, I know what they meant. They meant to get this fleet, move it over here and scrap it. They just did a typo. So that fleet over there is being removed, I guess. Actually, technically they do need to move it to here before they can actually scrap it. So they can't scrap it just about yet because it has to park there first. Then can scrap it next turn, so we're moving it there. It's either that one or the other one. This one over here. They want to move this one down. So 1, 2, 3, this one. Right? There now, they wanted to move it down this way. Yeah, that's where they're going. They make a specific request here, but the other faction hasn't actually responded, so I'll leave that as is. They are unregistering some things. There we go. So that's been properly unregistered. I'll go ahead and grab all this. Okay, now they're getting the remaining fleets here. So all of these are moving where? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're moving all of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4 different fleets. Let's spread them out here. So it's easy to see they're all in the same area there. It's just a full-on invasion over there. Now they wanted to spend some commodities, but they don't have any commodities because the other faction didn't say they were given any. So, oh my goodness. They're going just a step further. So they're building another fleet here. There's a lot. They're building 4 additional fleets out here. This will take a moment, hold on. I gotta do a quick calculation because there's just so many ships being built. Alright, if you guys have the resources, you can build a lot of ships, but oh my goodness, that's a lot to build all at once. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they have all that. That's a lot of ships. And what are they doing with this? So this one is moving to here. This one here, moving to here. This one's going to here, and this one's staying here. There's just so much going on here. As far as I know, these two are allies. They didn't specifically say to attack, but I know these other factions are at war, so that's gonna be one heck of a... Yeah, it's got one big battle over there. But before we jump into the battles, let's see what the other factions are doing here. That's basically where all the wars are going on right now. So right now we're gonna look at DRF, which is up here. So DRF over here is going to be some upgrades. Okay, so that's gonna cost a bit. But I'll get them some resources. They also want to build their own shipyard as well. That's going all the way over there. Let's go and grab their faction color here. So now DRF has their own shipyard, which is going to cost another operation. And what else are they doing? A little bit of research. So I can actually go ahead and get the stats of that planet. So I'll take a moment as I go ahead and throw these into the planet research channel here. Okay, so it's not too bad. Not a lot, but it's something. There you go. So yeah, they just upgrade their planet a little bit, and they've gone ahead and gone themselves a shipyard. So they're going to be able to start building things pretty soon. Okay, up next we have IGI, which is located here currently. No, not there. Here. This is IGI. Oh boy. They're gonna start with some planet upgrades. So we're gonna start with an upgrade here, which will take a bit, but we'll see what happens. They don't even have enough operations to do that. They're gonna be able to upgrade that planet once at least. So here we go. And with that, they're gonna go ahead and start moving their fleets around. To moving this one over to this planet here. That means that their territory here is going to expand yet again. They have control of Torvion. And they are also moving this fleet over here to Ignis up here. So they're going to have control of yet another planet, which is going to be cool. That seems to be about it in terms of what this faction is doing. They aren't really doing a lot other than a bit of expansion and trying to get a bit of extra research. Now we're going over to GDA, which is currently here and here. They don't really have a lot here, but they're going to get their detection squadron over here. Oh, but before I do that, hold on. I gotta mark where these ones went. Is that K8? This one here is at H4. There we go, so now GDA, their detection squadron. Let's look at an F10, but they need to actually get to the portal to use it. So we're just gonna move it over to this portal and they'll be able to use it next week. They were so close. do want to go ahead and do some research here, though. Let's go over to the ion thrusters, which are located here. And they're going to be researching their ion thrusters up to level 14, which is pretty neat. Let's go and just mark that. That gives them the ability to use large ion thrusters. And that's going to be pretty useful for larger ships. And they wanted to figure out what is on one of their planets via research station. So they wanted to figure out what's an Orcus. Let's figure out where that is. There it is. And with that, I can go ahead and grab the information about this planet from here. There we go. The same stats as the previous planet. And they're going to do one more thing. They're going to research something else in the tree over here, in the weapons tree, and they want to research directed radiation through here. So that's going to unlock a whole lot of new things. So now they have unlocked directed radiation. That means they're going to be unlocking phase gatlings, maser cannons, and laser beams as 3 new weapon types they can expand their research into. So that's pretty neat. Okay, and that's everything that GDA is doing. And then the last 2 factions are USA and UNE, which are not really doing anything this week. Okay, let's go back to the map and just see what's going on here. No battles up here as far as we can tell. Only just a lot of movement of different factions just to get to new places. This is where all the battles are happening at, and of course we have a new system over here, which is interesting. Alright, so where do we even begin? I guess we could begin with this one, this battle. So speed versus 3 other fleets. Yeah, that's going to be a lot. Let's go and set that up. So here we are in Space Engineers. I'm going to prepare this battle. I know there was a way to disable those encounters from spawning, but I don't remember what the command was. But we can ignore that for now. Let's go over to the center over here and prepare to have this battle happen. So first, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the fleet that is called Speed. That's going to be several of these. Let's start with just one of them here. I'm going to start by proposing peace here. We're going to make these all belong to faction 2 real quick. See if we can get everything to stop spawning. So now we have those ships all there. Let's make sure this doesn't just float away. There we go. We can turn off keep original ownership on paste. And we're going to go ahead and get the other fleets, which are quite a few. So we got 2 Fleet 3s and Fleet 19. Also, forgot this battle is on Mars as well. So I'm gonna spawn that planet real quick just to make sure this battle is proper. Oh boy. Items, planets. This is the normal Mars, so this one. Let's get it about this size. There we go, so this is within a reasonable area. Let's go over to here, figure out an area that's like just outside of gravity for this. I don't know if all the ships in this battle are atmospheric or not. I can quickly check. It appears not, but these battles can't easily move into the gravity well. Okay, I see how this battle's gonna be. So we're gonna have like the planetary battle with all the ships that are gonna be in gravity fighting each other. And then we're also gonna have like the ships in space and they might go towards each other. So if the ship isn't capable of fighting on the planet, then it'll just fall down, which would be really unfortunate. But that's how this battle's gonna roll out. There we go. I'm going to set up this battle here. There's gonna be 4 of these. Just going to set these up here. So all those are Fleet Quick, which is located here, or not Quick, but Speed. Then we have all this, which is a lot. So let's start with the FRM ships. It's Fleet 19 and Fleet 3. So I'm gonna get about 8 of these and put them just right over here. Are these space capable or not? I think these are space only. So we're gonna go up into the upper atmosphere. Up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like that, right? Oh, you have to put them further out. I don't think they even have thrust for this direction. No, they don't, so they're just going to be falling into the gravity well. I gotta put them even further away. Let's figure out how far away we need to put them. Here? 1. Did not mean to do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have all of those. Let's make sure they're not floating away, because I forgot to put thrusters in all directions. And then we have Fleet 3, which is one of these. And then we have the FNS fleet, right? Hold on. And the FNS fleet is just Fleet 3. So that's just going to be an old scout drone. The Type 1. It seems that all of these are space only, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, everything here is space only, so we're going to have this battle just right next to Mars instead of on it. Let's keep original ownership on paste, grab the ships that are down here. I don't know if this battle's going to go very well. This is the first battle of this episode here. We're going to go a good distance, maybe this far. Let's not have that float away, have it stay with its fleet here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off keep original ownership on paste, and we're going to go ahead and grab a spectating drone here. Teleport over to it, and let's prepare to just observe this battle and see who wins. So there's all that. All that versus these guys. And this needs to be in the neutral faction here. There we go. And now we can actually watch this fight happen. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Let's go ahead and declare war. No directional thrust means those ships are kind of just guaranteed to perish at some point. But yeah, now the battle begins. Got everything out there is moving. The gate jumper isn't moving. That drone is moving sideways. Amazing. And over here, these are slowly going into battle here. I don't know if the turrets are shooting neutrals or not. I mean, they don't appear to be. Oh, this is going to be a clash. I think this is going to be the first, like, actual proper battle of Drone Wars, where both sides are going to be able to fire back and forth. Oh, we've already got some serious damage going on here. Those guys are not messing around. I'm not sure why those ships are flying sideways. There might be an error with how they design things. Oh, that's not going very well at all for them. It's just taking out all their weapons. There's just this very close range battle over here as they're just ramming into each other. It seems like it. I mean, from here we can see it's interior turrets versus some other weapon here. That is definitely not an interior turret and does a lot more damage. Yeah, it's just tearing it apart. So these ships are larger and have a lot more armor, so... in that specific fleet, you're using the older drone. Nice, that's the version that's in that fleet. Because you have Mark 1s and Mark 2s registered, and that fleet is using specifically a Mark 1. This is not going very well. Yeah, UASA is definitely hurting a lot here. Those interior turrets are not really able to do all that much. I mean, they have to get closer to be able to use them. Yeah, these ships are kind of just dead on the water here. Those two are keeping a somewhat safe distance for some reason instead of being closer. Even the Gate Traveler is just approaching for battle. Or it's mainly just sitting there, not really moving at all. I don't think it even has... Oh, it does have some thrusters, it's just choosing not to use them. Ooh, that's not good. First ship death of the episode here. There's another ship dying over there. That's not looking good at all. There's just a lot of Gatling gun fire, and they're just not able to fight back that effectively. The best they can do is try to get close enough. Yep, there goes another ship. Ouch. There's only 2 more ships left in this fleet. They're definitely losing a whole lot of blocks here and there, and they're trying to get close enough to fire, but the thing is they're losing their weapons before they can even get close enough. You can see this little drone here is still doing whatever it can to fight. It's taking some damage. GDA turn has already happened. They have they've moved to to their gate, but they haven't traveled through it yet because you can't use it the same turn you get to it. Up there goes a chunk of thrusters there. Well, we're watching the crazy battles right now. FRM basically just made multiple armadas. Oh, that ship is firing back. So there's some damage being done. Not a lot, but some. Yeah, probably. Oh, there goes another ship. He's trying to fire away with whatever interior turrets he's got. He might actually be able to take out this one ship here. But other than that, it's not looking too good. They got two ships just spraying. Just this is a hailstorm of bullets coming out, and there's just a lot of damage being done over here. That light armor cannot keep up with the amount of damage that's happening here. Seems like it's lost its directional thrusters. It was kind of just sitting there while these other ships are slowly trying to figure out how to get over there. You know, they're just sitting back a bit, not really doing too much. Some of them might try to get closer, but they don't have any directional thrusts, so they can't really stay in position here. But I think it's safe to say that our FRM has completely won this battle here. This ship is just drifting away. I think its AI might have been taken out. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other ships here. Let's remove a bit of debris. So all those are alive. This guy here is drifting away. It appears he has taken some damage. But the fact that he's drifting away means that he's basically out. He's going to drift off into space. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So, where is it? I think that's about it. Let me look around here. Small grid. That's just part of that. And whatever left of the Swifts here. They're just drifting away. Or no, they're coming back. Let's get back in here. Yeah, he managed to turn around and start going back into the fight here. He's definitely very tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough to take on all of these ships at once. I think he's trying to go in and ram one of them. Definitely an attempt. It was not a successful attempt, but it was an attempt. Yep, that is a lot of damage. He's trying to ram into the other one over there as best he can. They're taking out all of his power sources. I'm gonna take a look at what's going on in chat. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, that is a solid victory for FRM. None of these ships seems to have taken any damage whatsoever. Some of them are having power bombs, but other than that, they're perfectly fine. And there's this ship here, which is still drifting away, so this one's basically out of the fight. It's not going to be able to return to the battle area. So overall, looking at the stats here, let's go ahead and mark this. So FNS Fleet 3 did perish, unfortunately. That's one ship lost. However, that was a victory. If you look from FRM's side, they had no losses in that fight whatsoever. I don't think they lost even a single crew member because none of the ships are damaged at all. So that is going to be a victory. Let's mark that as a victory. Yoink. Let's see, they destroyed 4 ships. Let's say, yep, 7 ships destroyed. And if we go to UASA, they lost their speed fleet, unfortunately. So that's going to be another loss for them. And in terms of ships lost, that puts them up to about 30 ships lost total. And if we look at the map here, well, of course, after I clean up all this. Okay, so if we look at the map, this fleet has perished, and this fleet here has perished. These ones are still alive, though. So that's that. Now we're going to go look at the next battle here, which is at Titan. Okay, so at Titan, it's going to be Fleet Quick versus Fleet 8 and 9. I'm going to take a look at what the rosters are looking for this battle. Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the planet here. We're going to replace it with Titan. Okay, so now we have Titan spawned in. Let's go ahead and get these ships. So it looks like we have some Weavers. Do these have any atmospherics on them whatsoever? I don't think they do. So they seem to be fully ions. Let's go about here. There should be just outside of planet's gravity, but close enough so they can actually have a cool battle. It's going to be that. And then it's going to be another one of these. Okay, and what else is on the map? So it's Fleet 8 and Fleet 9. Which means that in this battle, it's going to be 2 more of these. And that's all going to be fighting against 2 more of these. Let's go put this like a decent distance away, like over here. We can watch this battle begin here. It's definitely a smaller battle, like in the outside a different planet, so things here can get pretty interesting. Now let the battle begin. Alan's choosing not to move yet. See over there? We got about 4 ships approaching. It's weird that this ship is moving sideways. I'm guessing that's just the way they set the AI. It's definitely an approach here. That was a collision. There's already some shots being fired from multiple sides here. It's definitely a bit of close range attacks there. Definitely not looking too good for those. So that is doing quite a bit of damage. It has larger weapons available to it. It's definitely outranging them, and it's just tearing through the hull. If this keeps up, it's not going to do very well. You can see over there is another battle going on between those two. So the majority of the battle looks like it's in this corner over here. It's trying to get closer, so we're going to go ahead and use its other interior turrets. Definitely not looking too good. The interior turrets are being shot off before they even do that much, and they're trying to turn to fire. As you can see, they are hitting a bit. Some back and forth. Definitely some damage being done here. The interior turrets managed to break something there. This battle is getting very close range here. Looks like that ship over there is falling into the gravity well. It's trying to line itself up so it can fire more with those interior turrets. Things aren't looking too good here, though. Oh, it's turned around. Did it notice the other one right over there? Probably did. The ship is doing its best to try to stay outside the gravity well here. So it's taking quite a bit of damage. I don't know how many more interior turrets are left. It's definitely not looking too good for this ship here. It's losing more and more of its systems. Definitely don't think it's able to fight back all that effectively, and this ship over here is just tearing it apart with all those different Gatling guns it has. Yeah, I don't think it has any weapons left. This other one over here might have some interior turrets left. It's definitely charging it to battle here. A little bit of damage being done. This battle definitely seems a lot more even, as both sides are definitely taking damage. Looks like this ship is switching targets, or is this reloading? One of the two. Nope, it's definitely switching targets. Oh, there goes an AI block. And there goes the weapons as well. This battle is a bit slower paced than the other one, but the odds are definitely a lot more even here. So I do think this is a loss for UASA so far. Yeah, there's no way for them to fight back. And these are the only two ships here that are left. Now, as Weaver class, I don't think it lost any crew because it hasn't really been penetrated whatsoever. So its crew should be completely intact. But the other ship over there, this attack beam, definitely took some damage. So we'll have to see if it even has any crew left. There's also the other attack beam down there. Just trying to return to battle. We'll take a look at that one soon. Do you have any crew left? 10 crew members. Let's actually go ahead and check if that's accurate or not. Yeah, they didn't lose any crew on this ship. And the other one that's down there? That's like falling into the gravity well? I don't think it lost any crew either. The front is mainly armor. The crew is packed in the back here. Yeah, so they didn't lose any crew either, though it is falling. So in total, how many ships are there? How many are lost? One of these is way outside the battle. This one. So one of them did get lost. So that's that. So let's see here. That is going to be from which fleet? We'll remove it from this one, from Fleet 8. But that is a victory. Okay, if we go over here, I'm going to remove it from this as well. Alright, that's been updated. But that's not all the battles we have here, because technically we have some more. So that's been obliterated. So now we have these battles here on Alien. So Fleet 1 versus Fleet 11. Let's go and see what that is. So, Fleet 11 here. What is Fleet 11? Fleet 11 is a planetary annihilator, and Fleet 1 over there is a FOB. This is a planetary battle here. Let's go and prepare that. Alright, this is going to be interesting. So it's just one of these. Let's find a spot to put this down here. Why not up here? So now that we have that, it's going to be that versus... If you look over here, it's going to be Fleet 11. It's basically just a 1v1 here. Now I'm hoping this ship actually does fly in gravity. It should. Let's go ahead and get a spectating drone. Let's grab this and let's go ahead and make this go over to the next faction here. Alright, and this battle should begin. Here I go, a proper planetary battle between a station and a single ship. Bit of a slow travel, but it should get to its target. We're gonna see what happens here. I think this ship here might actually outrange the station, so we're gonna find out pretty soon if that is the case or not. It seems like the weapons research that FRM was doing is definitely paid off. Right over there is the station that they're going after. It's basically just some interior turrets. It's just a very, very slow invasion here. If they manage to take out this station here, I don't know if they'll repeat the battle for the next one on the map here. Just going to take a look at that while they're approaching. Because there is this other battle here which is likely going to be the same exact thing. Yeah, Fleet 14 versus Fleet 6, which is also just a fob. So if this battle goes through, and if FRM wins this battle, they will completely take over the alien planet. And the corresponding shipyards as well. So this is going to be interesting to see. Let me open up the chat here. So this battle can technically go either way, because if that ship gets too close, then the fob could probably shoot it down, considering this is a planet with a higher gravity. So there's a chance that it could actually just fight them off even successfully. On a very slow and careful descent. And this thing is kind of just barely holding on with its atmospheric thrusters there. They're just working overtime to keep it afloat. So they are pretty well placed. Well, in some cases. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's slowly traveling at 3 meters per second. That ship must be really heavy and have some really weak thrusters, or just a really poor thrust-to-weight ratio. Which I guess makes sense, it's only moving with a single thruster there. It's slowly descending. Is it just gonna fall to the ground? It'd be funny if that was the case. I might have to bring this battle a little bit closer, because it was traveling over and then it just stopped. But it definitely looks like it's trying to target a little bit, though it's just going down for some reason. Or maybe it's a stay at range type of strategy. Or it's just thinking. It's a very slow and stable kind of just sinking to the ground. You definitely see it shaking little by little, so it definitely sees the target. Don't know what it's doing. Is it just the way the AI is set up? Or does it just not have enough thrust to go to it? I don't think it has the thrust to actually go to it at that angle. It's just sinking backwards. Yeah, that's atmospheric ship defeated by gravity, looks like. It sees the target but can't really go to it. The sun's right over there. So that's just a complete loss on this fight here. Defeated by gravity. Oh boy. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go ahead and make a second battle because there is technically a second battle. Let's pick a different spot. Let's just go over here into the snow. Right over there should be fine. So if we go over here, just go ahead and remove that. Go over to the snow, right over here. What we're gonna do it's gonna be the second battle here. We're gonna see if this actually works or not. Because chances are it might be a repeat or it might not. There we go. So now the battle should begin properly. And let's go ahead and find that spectating drone. There we go. This thing is tiny. So it's a 1v1 between that and that over there. I think one reason why it's going so slow is because of those parachutes. They're set to auto-deploy, but I don't know if they're set to auto-close. But chances are, I don't know if this ship can actually fly in this gravity, like, properly. Yeah, no, the ship is just going down. It's just not really flying very well in this gravity. So that's definitely 2 wins for UASA over here on the map. So I just move things around here. There we go. And I think that should be it. So these two fleets here have been destroyed. It's basically kind of even here. They have even control of this planet, but technically uh, because FRM still has some control over the planet, they still own it. So it's an interesting turn of events there. They definitely don't look like they're in a good spot here. Is there any other battles that are happening here? I know these guys are allies, so that's cool. Looking around here, let's see. No, that seems to be about it for this week. So of course we have the new area over here, the Zentanir system. So I'm gonna go ahead and update everything on the Discord, and that'll be it for this episode. I'll go and update the stats. I'll see you guys next week.